When you're introducing sex, don't be serious.
All right.
Sex haitakangi seriousness. You must put a lot of, fun. You must, when you are so serious, they fear. They get scared. So, today. No. Don't handle it as a serious matter. Bring it like a joke. Today, we're going to learn about tun-tun. You see? Bring a lot of, be hilarious. Bring a lot of humor. You get that, eh? Bring a lot of fun so that they see, this thing is not a big deal. You get that, eh? But not to say today, I want us to learn, why are you a boy? And why are you a girl?
Actually, can you sit there?
Can you sit there? Then now you have to teach them about the 7 private parts. 7 private parts.
It's not 1?
No, there are 7. There are 7 private parts. Every
boy and
a boy has 6, a girl has 7. Yes, and this must come out from you. They are private parts because they are not public parts. Public parts means someone else can touch you. Private parts means even me as your mother and your father, I'm not supposed to touch you. I'm not supposed to play around with those parts. That's why they are private. Private means something that belongs to you. You have the autonomy to touch it, you only. Nobody else has the permission to touch it. So the first thing you talk to them is the mouth. The mouth is your private part. You don't go kissing everyone. You get that? There are so many diseases that are passed through kissing, like hepatitis B. If someone has hepatitis B and you kiss them, you get it and it's not curable. It's even worse than HIV. We now have corona. Through kissing, one can pass you that virus. If someone has a throat infection and you kiss them, that's your private part. Don't go kissing everyone. Even me as your dad and your mom, I've seen parents who kiss their sons and daughters. It is not right. It's not right, because now when you teach them, every other man or any other woman who comes along their way, they also want to be kissed. So that's the private part. Another private part of a child is the breast. Whether you are a man or you are a girl, nobody should touch your breast. Remember, your breast is a sex organ. Breast is a sex organ. It's part of the organ that arouses a man or a woman. So no one should touch your breast. For girls, nobody should touch them, their waist. It's very sensitive.
That's number 3.
Yeah, number 3 now. Yeah. And then number 4, nobody should touch your buttocks. And then number 4, nobody should touch your anus. For girls. And then number 6, nobody should touch your vagina. And then nobody should touch your thighs. Those are 7. You get that. For the boys, it's all the same apart from the waist. Men are not sensitive at the waist. You get that. So those are the things that you talk to them. Then now you go to the next level. If you want to introduce sex, you tell them that you mention people that they can be able to identify with. For example, if you're talking to your son, you must use people that he knows. My son, you are not supposed to be told by a woman who is like your mom, who is like Auntie Grace. You must mention that. Who is like Auntie Anne, a smaller person, or who is like Auntie Eunice. All the people that you are mentioning, your son must know them. But you give them, varieties. A very small one who is almost at his age, another one who is a little bit older, another one who is like a teenager, another one who looks like auntie now, and another one who looks like mama. Nobody should tell you that they need you insert your penis inside their vagina.
And you mention, by name.
Yes, their vagina. Yeah. Nobody should tell you.
Not so soon.
Mom, Eunice, Anne, and Grace. Dad, Mom, unaweza niambia? Nobody.
They need to know that.
You are introducing sex in the level of a child, but that is sex.
Yeah.
In your mind you're the one who knows that you're introducing sex. But to the child you are giving information. And then vice versa. Nobody should tell you, like mom, like auntie, like Auntie Grace or like Aunt Eunice and like Aunt Anne, that they want you to insert your penis inside their mouth.
You are teaching them about oral sex.
You are teaching them about oral sex. When do you unajua ni blow job? When do you unajua ni wa mlambezi? But to the child you are giving information.
Exactly.
You're getting that? Nobody should tell you, my son. At maybe the age of mom, and you mentioned the same level. He's supposed to tell you that he wants you to take your penis and insert it in the anus. You're the one who is teaching your child about homosexuality.
You know, yeah.
So that's the way to open up to the children. You get that? And when it comes to the daughter, vice versa. You also mentioned the same. That
People
nobody,
that
that they can be able to
relate
identify.
and identify.
Wow.
Not like you, somebody like your dad, not like Uncle Paul, not like Uncle George, not like Uncle Ian. Anastahili kukuambia anataka kuingiza penisi yake kwa your vagina. To the girl you're introducing sex.
Wow.
And no, yeah, can you see that?
Mom, I'm seeing two things coming up. I think in parenting has to be really intentional.
Yes.
Like we have to
Exactly.
create that intentional time for talking about these things.
Yes.
One thing that has really stood out to my husband is the communication, talking to children in a friendly way. Another thing is, Mama alisema earlier, affirming them. So how do we affirm them? Or when we are talking these things, after creating that environment, also you affirm you want to build their confidence in a way that they don't attach their confidence to things, their looks, their outward looks, but just themselves.
Yeah, before you answer, you answer all of them. And then also you have talked about giving this daughter and this son this information.
Yes.
Now, am I as a father going to teach the boy and then as a mother teach the girl? Or I can teach both of them, or we do it together, all of us tuvamie kijana, then tuende tuvamie msichana. Ama mimi chukua msichana.
Wow. I don't think there is any formula because already you have agreed as a mother and a father. I don't think there is any formula because already both of you are aware this is your season of teaching your daughter and your son about sexuality. But what I see works best is when you swap.
I take the girl,
Yes.
you take the boy.
I take the boy. Then after that, next time, we swap again. I take the boy, and because there's something probably the father did not explain properly, and I'm able to explain, and vice versa. So you both exchange. You can begin with one, or you can, but I see the swapping working very well because they get so excited that it is dad who was telling them about themselves. And it was mom telling them about their penis. You know, they get so excited. So let's first of all begin with swapping. Then after that now, the individual, now the daughter comes to me and that. And so I affirm and rectify or add on what daddy said. That one works very well. Then after you have done that, that's when now you bring them together. And you tell them, we've had now talks about sex. And we want to see, as your mother and your dad, what did you understand? How did it come out? I want to start. Now you see, even they are competing. No, it's not called susu, it's called vagina. Hata wao tu ndio watakorektiana. No, haiitwi susu, inaitwa penis. Wow, unaona there? Mom hata aliniandikia ni VAGIN. Dad wrote to me. So you find now, they have now even notes to compare. It becomes a free topic. Then, when you're introducing sex, don't be serious.
All right.
Sex haitakangi seriousness. You must put a lot of, fun. You must, when you are so serious, they fear. They get scared. So, today, no. Don't handle it as a serious matter. Bring it like a joke. Today, we're going to learn about tun-tun. You see? You know, bring a lot of, be hilarious. Bring a lot of humor. You get that, eh? Bring a lot of fun so that they see, kumbe this thing is not a big deal. You get that, eh? But not to say today, I want us to learn, why are you a boy? And why are you a girl?
Actually, can you sit there?
Can you sit there?
I don't focus. Look at me.
To focus on
Because what I'm
no.
going to tell you,
It's very serious.
It's a
If you
very
miss these
serious
points,
matter.
Yeah, sitataka tena nirudie. So be
You
careful.
see now that kind of an introduction, you put the children fear.
Fear.
So
And
you
then
must put a lot. They must feel free. They must ask questions. Allow them for that information to sink. Let them look wowed. Let them express, and then you are telling them. Then when they are wowed, you also wow with them. You get that, eh? When they look like, and then when they look like they are really scared, you look like, hey, it's fun. You must make sure you learn their non-verbal communication, because you want to communicate, as Betty was saying. Communication is very important, and communication is making sure they understand. The understanding is very important. Then after now you have introduced that, then now you keep on about the private part and why they should not, like for example, haustahili kuchukua penisi yako, uende uchukue kuku, ulale nayo. Kai mom, kuku. How do you do? Au mbwa, chihuahua, ile doggy mom. Unaambia kuna watu wanafanya hivyo. Na istahili kuwa hivyo. Hata Mungu amekataa hiyo maneno. So you una bring now up the scriptures. Like one of the greatest scripture is Proverbs 31 from verse 1 to 9.
Wow.
Good News version only. If you read another version, it will not come out. Good News Bible.
Yes.
And that's what the Bible that they carry when they are going to school.
We bought them. They have them.
Yeah, they have them.
Yeah.
The Good News. It has very good English. It is the only Bible that speaks very well about sex to the children. Very well. And they're able to understand plainly with very simple English. So Good News Bible, even if you don't have it, download it on your phone. Let them read it from your phone.
So when you're talking about, you should not take like a chicken or a chihuahua or
so
like
you are talking
whatever.
about
It's about
bestiality.
bestiality.
Thank you.
You know, that's what actually you're introducing to them. Yes.
Yeah. When you're talking to them about their sexual organs, maybe for example you want to introduce them about masturbation, you just tell them that God has created a girl with something, with a small flesh which is usually here at the top. That part is very sensitive. You are not supposed to touch it with your hands. You get that, eh? When ukioga unastahili kupita hapo haraka hata ukuangi na uchafu mingi. You get that, eh? Yeah, because you are not sexually active. You know, and every question they ask you, may the Holy Spirit give you wisdom on how to repackage it. But usimwambie nitakwambia, don't postpone and then you don't act on that. Children are very wise. If you tell them, I'll tell you, can we talk that next time? Then you have no next time. They'll go to seek for that information on the social media and internet, or even their friends, and they may get wrong information. So children, you have to introduce small, and you keep repeating it. You don't talk about it today and then you stay for 3 months. Make it a routine, everything. Yeah, you keep repeating it on Wednesday, Thursday, when I mention something about sex, Friday, until they see, yeah, kumbe sex is normal in this house.
How do you handle a situation whereby you're watching a movie with your children,
Yes,
and you're seeing here, it was a family movie, and auntie is reconciling with the uncle of the movie, the starring. How do you react to that?
You see, if you have already given them this other information we have talked about,
Yeah.
they have already understood that they are not supposed to kiss anyone unless that person is their husband or wife.
We always think that cartoons are meant for children only, but I found that cartoons have already been
corrupted
so much.
Yeah, with homosexuality.
Homosexuality, you find that unapata cartoon ambayo there are two men with a baby, they call it a family. Man, child. Another one is woman, child. They're already telling that it's okay to be two men with one, and you can have
Or
a
even
family.
there is just another one promoting perversion.
Yeah.
They are seated at the beach, the one I was telling you about. My kids were actually watching a movie and a cartoon, and I got interested. And it took me a certain point. I'm seeing like the two cartoons on the beach. So unajua vile wanazisongezanga hiyo, and the love emojis hizo the mingi. I was like, what kind of cartoon is this? What's the name? Don't watch this one again. So you have sometimes to create that time. Just peep through what they are watching.
Peep through. Yeah, it's very important. Yeah, that's why the parents must exercise. You know, you must listen. You must be open.
Yeah.
You must observe. You get the point, eh? And you must be keen. That is the word look. You must listen.
Listen.
Yeah, you must have eyes that hear and ears that see.
Yes,
Then
that
always
see.
In parenting.
Eyes that hear, ears that see,
Eyes that
When
see.
you are parenting children,
Yes.
you must have eyes that hear,
Eyes.
and you must have ears that see.
Okay.
I knew
So
it.
that, I didn't get that. So it means hata kadi wako jikoni, nafanya vitu zangu na wako sitting room, my ears
Yes.
can see.
You should see. You get the point. That's the parenting.
And the eyes are
Yes.
hearing.
And then the word look, you must exercise. The word look, the L stands for listening. You must listen. What are they watching? Like the way she said, she listened. Then after that, you must be open.
Yes.
What is this that you are watching? Inaito aje? What cartoon is this? You get that? Then you must observe as a parent, and you must be very keen. Keen, you must be keen.
Hey, keen and what?
Yeah, and that's why it's very important when you are with the children, go to their bedrooms, get to open those drawers. You might find a sex toy is there, and it was given by a neighbor. But if you're not observant, you are not listening, you are not observant, you are not open, you are not keen. Some of these things will be introduced to your children in your presence.
Also, we have teenagers, maybe they already have laptops or phones. It's always good. They said you can get in a boy's or a girl's room,
Oh, yes.
and you see her maybe closing windows on the laptop very, very fast. She must have been watching something that when you got in,
Mostly pornography.
yeah, alifunga haraka. Also their phones, take their phones, go through their history of browsing, check their browsing history of the boy's phone, of the girl's phone. Just walk in their rooms, because I know unapata teenagers ambao wako tayari na phone. Form 2 you've bought them a smartphone, you form 1 ako na smartphone. I don't know if it's right, but you'll tell us that one later. But you find that you just pop in the room in time, hata kan midnambia help me with your phone.
Yeah.
Then to a password, you go and check through the history, recent conversations, and you can be able
Oh,
to.
yes, that's very
That's
important.
keenness, I think. It's
Yeah,
being
that's
very
being
keen.
And you're able to observe and be able to help them.
Yes.
And tell them this is not right, this is wrong. And so, like for us, because we have children who are quite big now, we have advised them not to be closing their bedrooms.
And actually, I like what you
Yeah,
are saying.
yes.
And that's why I wanted to
Yeah,
say something
lock my
about
room,
that.
lock my room before.
Because, like my wife is saying, our children,
Yes.
though they are big, we have told them they should not cross their bed.
Their bedrooms at
Because, number one, that bedroom is not even their house. You see, to Rijenga. All right?
night. Sometimes we want to go and pray for them at night.
Yes,
The
yes.
promptings. yeah.
Exactly.
So if they have closed the door, how do we get in?
And you see their
You
parents
must show
will
them
say,
that you care, and you care and you love. That's why you're telling them not to open.
So it
Yes,
should not
Pastor.
be ati unawambia nisipate mmefunga milango ya
Hapana.
saluni.
It
I
must
want
be
to come
from a
and pray
point
for
of
you.
caring, a point of concern, a point of I may want to pick something from your bedroom and I don't want to disturb you. So let the bedroom stay open but close. But if you are bathing, if you are clothing, if you are dressing, close it.
So I was just saying that there are parents who like say they can't get into the bedroom of their children because they have come for holiday, or they think now because they are 13, 18, it is wrong
25,
to
30
get
years.
into their bedroom.
No.
No.
30 years still
I want
a
to
child.
say it is not, it's a long thing. Kusema ya kwamba you can't
It's a wrong
enter
mentality.
into the bedroom of your son or your daughter, it is a long thing. Because you never know what you will find in that bedroom. You never know what they could be hiding in that bedroom. It's not a wonder even to find that there are some funny
Condoms.
things, you know, that you could not have known
Panties.
if you never went in that bedroom. Unakuta condoms, maybe they are there.
Yeah.
Train up a child, not an adult, the way he should go. So I think when I am speaking to my son, I'm training him.
Sure.
What he can see
Wow.
out of me, I am training him.
Your actions, you are
You know,
training him.
yeah, my actions,
Your words,
my words,
your non-verbal communication.
my non-verbal, my character,
Your character.
my way of day-to-day life. I am on a day-to-day basis, either consciously or unconsciously.
Thank you, Pastor.
I am training this child.
Very true.
That when you get 18, when you get 25, when you get 30, this is how to handle yourself as a man, as a lady. Listen, when he is old, he will not depart. So if my training was negative, it was toxic.
Thank you. Toxic.
You know,
Yes.
that boy
Will
that
be
girl
toxic.
will be double toxic.
Wonderful.
Because I was training him right from the beginning.
Wow.
And I think that is why it is very important to check, even though you are angry, you are bitter. It is not about this boy. He's not the one who made you angry.
I love that.
It's not about this girl.
Very true.
So separate the boy and the father. You know, separate the girl and the dad. It's very, very important. Because now when you say that the mother and the boy, they are bad, surely.
Parents, I want to talk to you kindly. There are two things you cannot put on hold. One of them is tour. You cannot say that let me travel and come after 60 years, I'll continue from where I left. If your wife was 30 when you are traveling and you come back after 60 years, 30 plus 60, that will be 90. What can you do at 90? You can't put on hold tour. The second thing you cannot put on hold, it is parenting. If you left your son at 5 years and you come back after 25 years, that will not be a child. It will be an adult. When you speak to him, you'll be talking to 25 plus 5, that is 30. You might be talking to a husband of somebody. So if there are things and values that you never put in them, it will be too late to do that. But there are things that can wait for you. You do the most important for now. Looking for money, you can put on hold that. You first of all take care of the most important. Project, business trips, and all that. These things can wait for you. You first of all do the most important. And I want to remind you, when we are gone and we are out of this world, when people are talking about you, they don't talk about the Prado you bought. They will not talk about the land that you acquired. Not about the business that you had. But they will talk about the wife and the children that you left behind. My question is, what are we going to talk about your children? What will we talk about your spouse when you are not there? That means your children, your wife, your husband, they come number one before that trip, before that investment that you want to make. Think again.
Well, it takes healthy adults to raise healthy children. So we need to build ourselves to be in a space of health. And if you raise healthy children in a healthy space, they grow up to be healthy adults as well. And that's how we are going to have healthy marriages. You see, if you are an absentee as a parent, there is a lot of emotional mishaps in these children. They need to have us available. If you are a young parent, this information, I believe, has really helped you. I've been helped as well. And if you've gone ahead, please don't lose hope. You can still go back, recapture, and do the necessary needed to be done.
Wow, I want to speak to all the parents who are listening to us, and I want to tell you that there is no script, there is no manual for parenting, but the word of God is very clear, that the training, it is your part and my part for me to do. And I came to tell us that you need to train your daughter and your son as a mother and father. Values that they will remember when you are long gone. And I want to say this, when it comes to sexual matters, it is important for you and me to know that it is your personal responsibility. Before the teacher teaches them, before the internet teaches them, you need to have mentioned about sexual education to your child in the level of a parent, because you are the only person who sees your daughter and your son as a child. Any other person in the estate, in the community, in the surrounding, sees your daughter and your son as a sexual partner. That's why most of the children are raped, they are molested, they are taken advantage of, because we thought the neighborhood is safe. I came to let you know, even your own relatives, we have had so many people, being molested by their own cousins, their fathers, their mothers, and even relatives. You need to be very careful. Teach your child about private parts so that no one will ever take advantage of them. They can be able to take control over their sexuality. And when we do that, God in heaven will be happy that He gave us children, and indeed we handled them as rewards from Him.
Parenting is one thing that does not come with a manual. So you'll have to look for your information that will help you to raise your children in the way that the Lord wants them to be. And I think we are here to help you get this knowledge that will help you to raise children that will be of importance in this generation. Because we were raised through guesswork. Let us not do the same thing. Let us be better parents. Let us be better fathers to our children. And I think you've learned so much about parenting and how we can introduce sex education. You know, what we're doing nowadays is we leave the internet to educate our children. We leave the social medias to educate our children on sex matters, and that's where they lose it. So I think the Bible has given us direction on how we can do this, and even apart from that, from this show you have learned. So I know you've learned so much from this show, and you're going to put these things in practice. Until next time, God bless you.